Any minute now.
My name is Will, and not voting for Biden turned me white. Oh, yo, what's up, my fellow business associate? This was me before the election. Every celebrity, every politician, even my own family warned me that if I was black, I'd vote Biden. But I didn't listen. Then November 3rd, I woke up like this. I'm looking at Kim Kardashian right now. It does nothing for me. I'm a black man trapped in a white man's body. I'm a male Rachel Dolezal. I'm a male Dolezal. Finger on the trigger. 2 shots on a pinger. Tinger, ginger. Maybe, I don't know, shoot a ginger maybe. People seem to love when you identify as all sorts of things, but now that I'm an actual black man trapped in the body of this dweeb, no one wants to acknowledge it. I used to be like you. I tried to get a haircut today at my favorite barber shop. He told me he doesn't cut lettuce. I don't know, maybe I'll do like a Sean King beard and hairline or something. Honestly, I don't know. Now when I holler at girls in the street, instead of thinking I'm a cool guy, they think I'm a friggin' homeless person. Yeah, what's up, girl? How you doing? Okay, sorry. I'm getting cussed out by white girls now. I can kiss jean suits goodbye. When I put them on now, I look like a friggin' hick. It's a Canadian tuxedo. I'm glad someone's happy. I talked to 50 Cent, Little Pump, Thomas Sowell. They're all starting to turn. Kanye got off the Trump train just in time. Yeah, it always works out for Kanye, doesn't it? The other day I watched Tyler Perry and didn't laugh once. Adam Sandler, on the other hand, I now love. Yesterday I did sensitivity training at work and the girl tried to make me admit that I'm racist towards black people. Bitch, I am black! Sorry, I know I can't call girls bitches anymore without social repercussions. Try telling people you like Dragon Ball Z as a grown white man. Maybe I'll be like an environment guy now or something, I don't fucking know. Chelsea called me to remind me that I'm black. But this is how you I'm friggin' singing Nickelback now. I look like a fucking douchebag. Hang 10, dude, that's me now. That's my fucking life. I was looking forward to aging into an old black man, you know? Big belt buckle, unreasonably fancy suits for normal life. Some dude just gave me an atheism pamphlet. Yesterday I drank out of a red cup and I had the urge to flip it. I'm trying to look on the bright side. I mean, I didn't really have that big of a dick for a black guy, so that's a positive. I got a cab a little easier, I guess that's something. Not helping. Celebrities are always right, take it from me. Stay blue and stay black. I'm not even gonna try doing stand-up comedy. Would it be this, f***ing a stool?
Hey everybody, and welcome to Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up right here on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Boxcast. And like my good friend Ken Pacello always says, we on TV! And yes, indeed we are, folks. I'm your host, Don Sill. We got Benny Gagooch Rizzuti, we got Sherry Poland, and we are here at Argyle Lake in West Babylon, Strong Island. And you wouldn't believe this, but it is November, and look at us. Look at look how gorgeous this day is.
Beautiful.
This may be the very last beautiful day of 2020, because we all know how great 2020 has been for all.
Yeah.
So what are you guys thinking? What do you think about this gorgeous day so far?
I think it's beautiful. I love it. I could live in this weather all year round.
It is.
Okay,
it's so nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I have swamp ass, but it's so nice.
You know, a cotton ball will help that. I'll tell you all about cotton balls later. When you're after 60 years old, that's what you want for a gift. People are like, what do you want for Christmas? Cotton balls.
What size?
What do you want? Extra, the big ones.
Not a Q-tip.
No, not a Q-tip.
I thought at your age it would be not cotton balls, but Depends. I didn't.
Depends prevent accidents. Cotton balls prevent swamp ass.
There you go.
They do. I learned that from my proctologist. Said always use a cotton ball and keep it soft.
Benny, you're gonna have to put these tips into our feed while people are watching the show, so they know
Okay.
how to prevent swamp ass. Because swamp ass could happen to you.
Oh, totally.
Are you tired of a clammy, sticky crotch? Does your butt crack have so many pimples on it that it looks like it has more craters than a lunar surface? Do you have to dig for hours just to get your underwear out of your butt? Well, that's why you have to try Benny's new Swamp Ass Protection Kit. That's right, kiddo. Take your cotton balls and just fling them. You don't need cotton balls anymore, Velvet. You got my Swamp Ass Protection with the 3-foot applicator. If you act now, you'll get a free can of Anal D40 Sphincter Cleaner, which it won't only clean your rash and your crack, but it'll give your ass that new car smell.
Oh yeah.
It's a male and female problem.
Right. Swamp ass does not discriminate.
No, And I really feel bad for really men because they get like swamp balls.
Yeah, they get that too. But I find that the cotton ball method works pretty good. I should practically put a patent on it. I should put a patent on.
Right.
Yeah, swamp ass prevention.
Get Benny's swamp ass cotton balls today.
So act now, Benny's Swamp Ass Protection Kit. And you too can have the cleanest butt in town.
I'm making songs.
Sap. But also,
swamp ass prevention, bitch.
Keep going with that. I like that. Another good thing about having Sherry.
It's like your butt is on detention. That's why you got to use swamp ass protection.
Your butt is on detention. When your butt is on detention, use Benny's swamp ass protection. That's the line. Very good.
Swamp Ass Protection, baby. If you want your ass to look fine, you'll have to try this kit of mine.
Yeah. I think we can make t-shirts out of that. A great thing about having Sherry with us and having a female voice on the show is she talks about how we smell.
Oh my God, so obviously you're not here with me, but Dawn smells super fresh. I'm considering it's the deodorant. It smells so good. I mean, I wish my female deodorant was working as good as this is. And it could just be from your body. Like
I think it's just the way I sweat. It just radiates.
You know, it's like everywhere. It's like super sexy over here, and it smells great.
Wow, super sexy.
Yeah, I mean, like his fiance is super lucky. When he cleans up, he obviously cleans up well.
There you go.
You can get high just from standing next to that. So I feel like I'm standing next to fresh weed.
There you go, fresh weed. That's the new name of our show. Well, anyway, you guys ready to see what's coming up next?
Yes,
we got a lot of good stuff
definitely.
today. All right, check it out. Hit touch that button right there.
Nights are lonely, days are so sad. This cancel culture is driving me mad. I miss Pursue Sue, but nobody's twisting your arm. Now it's put up, shh, could you please be quiet? Stand up if you want, but it's okay to sit. There's no acronym now, but nobody's twisting your arm.
This is an insult roast battle facing off against the mighty Gagoots and Arnie Price, and it starts now.
Do it.
Arnie, you're so ugly. If I was you, I'd shape my ass and walk backwards.
Really? Dr. Bombay said he came for a proctology test and he thought your mustache was your butt.
When you were young, you gave the teacher an apple and she put it in your mouth to make a pig roast.
She also told me you were trying to look for your penis. You need a periscope to look down there.
Yeah? You think so? You're gonna find out about it on my periscope later. We're gonna have a submarine race. You're gonna be racing from my submarine, you son of dynamite.
Wait, you said you're Italian. Look at the hands. They're little midget hands.
Well,
You got a little midget, that be the little pee-pee.
Little pee-pee. You're gonna see my cream-filled cannoli in a little while. Okay, wait, this guy getting me real mad over here. You look like you come from the land of a misfit Mama Luke's.
That's right. I was from the land of Wizard of Oz. You were the little monkey.
You're a marvel of medical science. You can sit on your ass and talk through your ass at the same time.
I saw you at ShopRite the other day picking up a case of Depends for adults. You need them?
You're so ugly, you make a Mr. Potato Head look like a Brad Pitt.
You so fat that when they made the moon, you blocked it. They call you Eclipse.
You go to Mavis Tire to get your girlfriend repaired.
My girlfriend in bed? I don't got a girlfriend. I got a boyfriend.
Yeah, blow up doll's got a penis too. You got a two-way.
So this guy walks into a kitchen and he's got a duck under his arm, and he says, "This is the pig I've been banging." And she says, "That's not a pig, that's a duck." He goes, "I wasn't talking to you."
Benny, what's going on over there with Joey Petroni? Is he seriously performing for a duck right now?
She comes over every Sunday.
It looks that way, man. I mean, times are hard. Don't be so hard on Joey. It's tough. As far as I'm concerned, the guy's got a good spot. He's got a good gig going over here. So what? He's performing in front of a duck.
I guess.
He's working on new material. You can't knock a guy for working. You can't knock a guy for trying to do something during these are rough times.
Coming out here today, man.
I guess, Benny, I see what you're saying, but I mean, it just kind of looks a little pathetic.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the stage. Our MC. How about a nice round of applause for Benny Gagoots Rizzuti.
Don, hey, I'll be right back. We'll discuss this later. Hey, a guy's got to make a living, man.
Benny! Hey, man.
Hey, how's all my quacking friends doing? What the quack's up? You guys quack me up.
Hold the phone, stop the presses. I have a very important announcement to make. Don Sill's show, Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up on Gov's Radio may be the best thing to prevent COVID since the N95 mask. Other things it's better than sliced bread, the clapper, actual sex. And that's saying a lot. Listen to it, or be burned at the stake! I'm only kidding. Or am I?
All right, everybody, we are back. Hey, you guys enjoying the show so far?
Totally, yeah.
Always, hey, man.
This is a blast,
great.
a beautiful day. I'm happy to be spending this beautiful, gorgeous day with you guys because it is probably the last great day of 2020 weather-wise. Some people might say there was a great day this week when we had a new president. Others might be screaming,
Breathing.
like this. No, but yeah, others. But you know what? The pendulum swings both ways all the time, and that's just what we got to deal with. But right now, let's just enjoy this beautiful day. No politics.
Definitely.
I'm so done.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
politics.
me
Yes,
too.
Yes.
And yeah, we're just waiting for Joey Petroni to get here. He's going to be joining us as well on this beautiful day. It's just going to be a Pasusu picnic, I think.
You know who's never late though? Emily Santosis. I love her.
You're right. Emily Santos is a hilarious comedian. She's never late. She's always on time. And in fact, I had a great interview with her. You guys want to
What?
check? Yeah.
Seriously?
I had a great interview.
I'm so jealous.
She is awesome.
her.
I love her too.
Hashtag Emily Santosis.
There you go. Hey, check it out. Here's the interview. Here it is.
Cool.
And do you know there's this new thing now? The liberals are calling their babies babies. Did you know this? I just read this. They're calling them babies because they don't want to label them with anything. And that's a little weird. It's like you're just inventing new words. Just fucking call them babies then. Maybe they'll be a boy, maybe they'll be a girl. You know? You have to invent words unnecessarily, you know?
All right, everybody. Our next guest is a very funny comedian who used to perform all over Long Island back in the good old days when the clubs were open. And but without further ado, here she is, everybody, Emily Santosis. Emily, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. It's great to finally have you on the show. I know you do that podcast, Two Men and Half a Lady. Great show. All of you guys are great on that show. I like it a lot. So I urge everybody to check out your show when they get a chance as well. It's good stuff. And but you have a very interesting story. And for me, look, I might, if you got to forgive me if I ask some dumb questions, but I'm definitely very interested in you and very curious in your life for many reasons. I mean, you're a stand-up comedian, but you're also are you transitioning, or are you fully transitioned, or what's the terminology for what you're going through right now?
Well, see, that's a tricky question, or it's not a tricky question, but the answer differs for everybody. So some girls go all the way, and get their whole hoo-ha and all that, and some don't, and some take hormones and some don't. I am still on my road. So I'm halfway there, because my end goal is to, have all the
Go
parts.
the full route.
Yeah. So I am transitioning, but for all intents and purposes, the way that society treats me, the way I look at myself, the way that I am, I'm a woman.
Yes, I think you're a woman too, and I think it's how you feel. It's how I think most people know who they are at an early age. Um, and I think, look, one of the things is it's such a big decision to make. It's one thing to say, oh, I feel like this, or I feel like a woman, I feel like a man, I feel like whatever, but to go and literally change who you are, is very, very brave, and very scary. And it's the desire to do that. How walk me through the thought process of when you decided yes, I'm doing this.
So, well, actually, I put a post up, National Coming Out Day, which was Sunday, and I basically said when it happens. It was my birthday, my 37th birthday, when I woke up and just said, "That's it. I got to do this." I had been married twice. I have 2 kids, beautiful kids, and my second wife had moved out while I was away. I knew, and when I came back, it was just me. And I spent my whole life pouring all my energy into somebody else, to not focus on myself. So I already knew. I always knew who I was, but I'm figuring if I just focus on them and not me, then I'll be okay, and I'll be fine. And then when she moved out and it was just me, and I didn't have somebody else to focus all my energy on, what did I focus on? Focused on myself.
Right, yeah.
Took about a month and a half of just focusing on myself to be like, that's it, I'm doing this shit. So I woke up on my birthday, when I was 37, so I'm 45 now. So 8 years ago, and said, I got to do this. And then that's how that started. So I always knew, but I was not able to make the decision or to take that step until then.
So yeah, so you're married, you have kids. Are you would you say, would you say you were bisexual? Or you're homosexual? How does that work out?
Trisexual. Try anything once, maybe twice. I like guys and girls. I primarily was hetero, I guess, in some respect. Growing up, really had mostly relations with women. I dabbled once or twice with guys. So I guess the bi would probably be the most. And this is where people get confused with this whole LGBTQ WTF,
right, yeah.
With the alphabet soup that we are, is that trans is who you are, and being gay, bi, or lesbian or whatever, that's who you love. So it's 2 distinctly different things. So I am transgender, but you could say bi, I lean more to women because men suck. No offense, by the way. I don't know you that well. You might be a nice guy. You probably are.
Yeah. No, like I said, I find this whole thing fascinating, and I think it's got to be, I guess, a better time for transgender people now. I think there's a lot more acceptance than there was, let's say, 20 years ago. You did this 30 years ago or whatever.
Yeah, well, I would have done it.
Right.
Fear, and then, but as you get older, you lose that. When you're a kid, when you're younger, you think the world of what other people think of you, and when you get older, you're just you don't care anymore. It doesn't matter what people think. You don't go home with them. They don't pay your bills. None of this crap, right? So it's how about, at the end of the day, how you feel, and are you comfortable with yourself? And as my therapist says, you make a decision to do something when the pain to change or the pain to remain outweighs the pain to change. So good to think about it. And yeah, so, but it's also more accepted now. Not as accepted as being, just gay or a lesbian or that. There's still some whatever. And especially now with all the people being gender fluid and being androgynous, and it throws kind of, I think, the older people off a little bit. I'm fighting to use the women's restrooms. I want to go to the bathroom and in my gender, right? And I want to sit down and pee. And then you have somebody walks in and they got the full-on beard. It's like, nah, I'm a chick too. And then old people like, wait a minute.
If you go to a ladies' room and you notice a seat up for any reason or pee on the seat, it's not me, because I sit and I can still aim. So, not me. Putting that out there, don't judge.
You know, the younger generation is fine. Younger generation, like, you give a shit, like, what you do with your life.
Yeah, the younger.
So,
yeah.
It should be. Like, it shouldn't matter. Like, if I want to dance naked in my bedroom, I don't, by the way. But if I wanted to, I could, and because it's not bothering anybody. But if I did that in Times Square, well, actually, it probably wouldn't bother anybody now. There's nobody there because for the COVID. But you know, get what I'm saying, though.
Right, exactly.
It shouldn't matter.
It shouldn't matter, and you know, I always, you know, have, for lack of a better word, empathy for what you're going through, because it's got to be tough to feel a certain way, and then to know that you're going to be judged, and to know that's going to be tough on the family, to know that's going to be tough to old friends you may have had growing up and things.
I lost a friend, but my family's been good. My mom is like a champ. She hasn't messed up once in 8 years. I'm with her and she meets somebody. She's like, oh, it's my daughter, Emily. And she's just like, she doesn't slip. Usually the longer someone knows you, the harder it is. It's a mistake. It's not like you're being a prick. It's just like, you know, it's like, oh crap, I'm so used to calling you, you know, by your old name. But my mom's been great. So in that respect, and work has been good. But, you know, a couple of friends. But then, you know, you can start thinking about it. Were they really your friends? But they were, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like vacation with this one guy. Like, we would hang out a lot. And all of a sudden now it's just like, you know, he's doing nothing to do with me. And it's cool. You know, I've made new friends.
Right.
You know?
You're still the same person, same interests and things. Now you're just now decided to let everybody know, hey, this is how I feel, who I am.
Yeah, do you ever do you eat ice cream?
Yes.
All right. So do you know Magic Shell?
Yes.
Yeah, Magic Shell.
Love Magic Shell. Hardens up.
Exactly.
Look, it's Magic Shell, the topping that makes ice cream even better. Magic Shell pours on soft, then turns hard.
It's Magic Shell. It's just a shell. It's perfect the way you say it. Same person, different exterior, right? But I didn't change my sense of humor. I didn't change, although I never did comedy before this. You know, I am the same person. Some things change. The way you handle situations. My emotions are a little, they get the better of me sometimes, in hormones. But no, it's not even funny. It's crazy. But yeah, but other than that, I'm the same person, you know? So
like the Magic Shell you're saying is just the exterior. So
yeah.
you broke that shell. Is that the analogy? And now we can see that you're
yes.
really
who I really am. Exactly.
Delicious ice cream underneath.
Exactly.
Getting a cherry on top is pretty tricky.
Exactly. Definitely not vanilla. Definitely more than vanilla. But I tell, when I do my comedy, it is 100% like centers on who I am and what I've gone through and what I go through and you know what it was like growing up, knowing who you were but not being able to express it.
Oh, so we got some hecklers here? That's awesome. I'm just gonna give you a little fair warning. This kind of girl I am. If you heckle me, I will teabag your next drink. I know the wait staff a lot better than you do. You like Dunkin' Donuts? Well, if you're fucking up Dunkin' These nuts!
We're talking about, you transitioned about what, like 7-8 years ago.
8 years ago.
Pretty major league decision. And you've been a woman for those 8 years, and you kind of have an advantage in comedy now because you've been on both sides.
I can't even get a bisexual person to date me, and I'm the perfect girl for them. I mean, what's that old jingle? Sometimes you feel like it, sometimes you don't. I mean, it's like I got it all, and it still doesn't work. Yeah.
No, that's true. When I make a joke, some guys can relate in the audience, and some women can relate. Well, maybe they both can, because I will give you both sides of the coin.
See, it's assumed that since I'm a girl with a penis, I must love it in the, well, you know, right? And let me tell you something. How do I phrase this? Let's see. Contrary to popular opinion, I don't like being fucked. I mean, quite simply.
Now, do you ever miss being a guy? Do you ever want to go like?
I joke about that. My life was definitely easier. Men have it easy. Like, you don't have to worry about makeup. I'm not like I'm wearing any right now, but you know, leaving the house. Like, if you're disheveled, you don't want to shave. It's fine. You want to put on a pair of pants that have wrinkles in it. Nobody cares. Nobody's staring at you. It's like, oh God, what is he wearing? Nobody does that.
Right.
But when you're a girl, you are scrutinized. Like, I eat out. Before COVID, and I go by myself. Like, you know, I'm usually by myself, and I feel like people are watching me.
Right.
You know, it's like, you know, as a guy, you're like, ah, right, and as a girl, you're just like, and I can't do that.
Yeah.
So it's like, I always feel like, you know, there's eyes on me. And the one thing I miss about being a guy, besides making more money, is because that's a fact, is pockets.
The front pockets in women's jeans suck.
Because, you know, you spent 37 years, your whole life, and you got your wallet, you got your keys, you got your phone, everything you're good. And then you become a girl, and like girls don't need pockets. You know why, right? Because it messes up the shape. Because you want to see ass and you want to see the hips. You don't want to see this big block sticking out your fucking thigh, right? So I hate that. So you got to carry a bag, which is fine because I have one. And it sounds like I'm bitching, and then everybody says, "Well, you asked for it, right?" But nobody asks for it. But yeah, I miss pockets. So yeah, that's a long-winded answer to your question.
What I love about that premise, though, is it's something that's true that we don't think about a lot.
You don't think about it at all. You know why? Because you have pockets.
Yeah, exactly. I have pockets. I don't have to worry about that stuff. But yeah, I never thought about that. You know, women don't really use their pockets that much because we want to.
Because they don't have them. It's not that we don't use them. It's they don't exist. And if you like, I make the joke. I'm like, women, how are you? Aren't you happy when you find something in a store and you love it, and then you find out it has pockets, and you're like, oh my God, it has pockets, right? And if you see a girl and he's like, nice dress, and they have pockets, but check out the pockets though. You know what I'm saying? It's like some guy showing off their new like Turbo Z or whatever. I'm showing my age. You know, that's how exciting it is.
Like, and I'm an open book with my transition, but I get questions sometimes. Like, one of the girls at work asked me, so like when it's all done, you're gonna have a working vagina? I said, no, I was shooting for one of those welfare ones, the ones that shoot out the babies that don't go to work.
You said that you're not fully transitioned yet. Are you? Is there a part of you that doesn't want to get rid of that last piece?
You know, it's funny you should mention that because I'm dealing with this now. I had a consultation just the other day with the doctor, and it's something that I want to do, you know, but it's also something I'm just gonna throw this in a container. But it's also something that, you know, it's a big step. You know, it's not like I'm like, you know, it's not like I'm now debating, oh my God, I really don't want to be a girl. You know, that's not what I mean.
Right.
You know, that's a hell of a recovery too. I mean, my friend just went through it, and just, you know, just imagine somebody opening you up and turning you inside out. Like, and I'm not even like, that's legit what it is.
Right. And it's physically, it's going to be a tough surgery and all that, but I would also think that it's final, like, you know what I mean? Not that you're not confident in what you're doing, but there's something to it.
That's very tricky. That's a tricky subject. So I know you're walking a tightrope right now. It's okay.
But after you do that, there is no return. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and again, I'm not. I'm trying to, like you said, walk that rope. I'm not trying to insult or anything. I'm just saying, once you really remove that part of you,
you can't go back.
That's it. And that's got to be scary, regardless of how confident you are.
So, and listen, I know some of you women are looking at me and thinking, like, that shirt does not go with those shoes, but these boobs don't go with this penis. So my wardrobe is the least of my problems. The least of my problems.
I mean, I got some routine because of this shit. Let me tell you. I mean, there's not a lot of people out there telling the jokes I'm telling. You know what I'm saying?
There's not a lot of transgender comedians.
Yeah, there's a handful of us. We're not unicorns. Like there's more than one.
Right.
I met one in the city. This woman Jade McBride. I met her.
You're either trans or you're a drag queen who's just not putting in the effort.
And I know of one on the island. And other than that, that's about it. So it's not like you go to a comedy show, you go to like Governor's, and there's 12 comics on there, and they're all guys, because mostly guys, and you got dick jokes, and you got COVID jokes, and you got I hate my wife. That's what you have, and it's just like it's like a buffet with really shitty choices, right? It's just these three things you can have, and then I show up.
I love dressing rooms. I was in a cheap Burlington, like a shitty Burlington, where they had the men's and the ladies' rooms next to each other. So I'm in there trying on dresses, and I'm pretty much sweating my balls off, really.
Yeah, that's such a drug. I don't do drugs, man, but that's like the closest thing I think is to have like a whole room. And I remember the first show I did when no friends were there, no bringer. There was just I was in the city, and there was none of my friends, and I'm just like I was nervous, but then I was also like, well, this is a real good gauge of my material. If I don't have friends being like, oh yeah, she's my friend, right?
Right.
If they don't know you, they don't give a shit.
Right. Yeah.
Funny, they're not gonna laugh. But they did. I'm like, all right, so this is good. And that's how like I started to like, training wheels, I guess, right?
Right.
Like you keep your friends close because like, oh, come on, come and support me. And now I love it when they're there. Don't get me wrong, it's fun. But like I know I can stand
But
up.
there's something to it, right? When you could make a room full of strangers laugh, there's it's a little bit different than once your friends laughing, and because they're strangers, they don't know you already. They don't already know your sense of humor. They don't know.
Yeah, they don't owe me anything.
Right. Yeah. So then, and that's awesome.
I don't understand. And I'm my own worst enemy too, because here's the thing. It's like, when you're younger and you're a guy, your mom or whatever will tell you, stop jerking off, you're gonna go blind. Well, when you transition, your doctor tells you have to keep doing it. It's the weirdest thing, but it's so true, right? So I gotta do this every once in a while, right? So I gotta do this. And every time I finish, I go wash my hands, right? And I look at myself in the mirror and I yell at myself to make me a sandwich.
You mentioned depression, and I would imagine it's been a tough ride, and the stand-up must be cathartic for you.
Oh yeah, like seriously, like all the crazy dumb shit that happens, right? I would get depressed back in the day, because I'd hold it in, right? And like some of it, like I wouldn't even say it therapy because like I'm an idiot, right? Paying for this stuff. But then I started doing stand-up, and I just take all that negative crap and I package it into a joke, because I would sit there and I'd be like, yo, man, that's so messed up. But if I was a third person in the room, I might think that was funny. And, right? Like just take yourself out of the equation for a second, because it hurts.
Yeah.
And then just start writing jokes about it. And God, I can't even tell you how much crap I've written. It's just so much stuff. There's not a lot of stuff from before transition, because my life was like, bleh. It was just like normal, like, okay, I'm a guy, I'm just doing my shit. But now there's just so much material.
And I spent my whole life wanting to wear bras. I know, right? So wanting to wear them, now I wear them, and it's just so, bras are like meant to me. Yeah, they support you, but you fucking hate them anyway. You just do.
It's been a gold mine.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's nuts. Like I don't know. It's just it's a blessing and a curse, I guess. But I enjoy it. If I didn't transition, I probably wouldn't be doing stand up, because there's a lot of humor and tragedy, I guess. If you think about it, and if you step outside, remove yourself from that, and you'd be like, you know what, it's kind of funny,
Yeah, but also it's got to be able to get it off to your chest, to go up on stage and to make light of painful situations, or to tell stories that have a punchline through your pain, right? Where you're able to find the funny in your life, of, like you said, pockets, things like that. Yeah. And then and then you get that high from the crowd, from the laughter, and it's got to, like, they say, laughter is the best medicine and all those old cliches, but there's a lot of
What do you
truth to
tell
that.
that to Governor Cuomo?
Yeah, I know, right? We got to get the clubs back open.
Exactly.
Have you been at any of these secret backyard shows or these garage shows or rooftop
I don't
shows?
know. Like, first off, I don't know. Are you the feds? We have to ask, because I got to ask, because the first rule about comedy club is we don't talk about comedy club. Okay.
I think we're clear. I won't say anything. I promise.
I have been known to tell a joke or two to people I may or may not know at places that you may or may not have been to at certain times, maybe.
Excellent.
That's about all you're getting out of me.
I love that there's all these underground secret comedy shows happening. It feels like the old days with the the Prohibition when they had the speakeasies. It's almost like comedy speakeasies. And
well, that's what it is, right? I mean,
yeah,
you have a choice right now. Like, if you want to get up and you want to, not for anything. It's not just the audience. Like you said it yourself. It's the comedians too that need this.
Yeah, for sure.
To let out the things that are hurting them and whatnot. So, I mean, this is, if you've been to Governor's, I'm sure you have, you saw everything Jimmy did, plexiglass and the whole thing. It looks like a gas chamber.
Right.
You drop the tablet in there and kill the comedian, and took half the tables out. Why don't you just let adults be adults? And if, God forbid, there's a club out there not doing the right thing, you shut them down.
Right.
I gotta shut down everybody. Just let people make decisions about their own health. Right.
And it's weird. Yeah.
Stupid, but just, give us the opportunity.
Exactly. Treat us like adults, like you said.
Yeah.
And plus, he's not closing down restaurants or anything, only ticketed entertainment. So I think governors just act as if they're a restaurant and to keep themselves open, and then just happen to have comedy.
Double the price of food.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. That's what they should do.
$40. You just want ice cream for free, motherfucker.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
And I had another guy, and they're very direct. It's like, what kind of panties you wear? You wear G-strings? I'm like, I don't wear G-strings. He goes, why not? I said, because I got junk in my trunk and under the hood, so that is not going to hold all this in.
I wanted to ask you about your goals and what kind of life do you want?
I just want to enjoy it. I want to not deal with people's BS. I want to go to work, enjoy what I do, which I mostly do. Come home and be able to relax or go out. And cool thing about being single is no one here to tell me what I want to do. If there's a dish I don't want to wash, I can do it tomorrow,
Right.
But the flip side of that coin is not having somebody around, which is kind of sad sometimes, So I guess one of my goals would be to find someone that, that I love and makes me feel better about myself too. And then we just share, time together and do stuff. And, that's a goal.
Very nice. Well, Emily, I think you're awesome. You are a hilarious comedian and a very funny person. And I think the world of you. And, where can people find you and check you out online? And are you going to be any secret shows coming up?
Can't talk about those. But if somebody's watching this and they would like to see me perform, I may or may not be performing sometime in the near future. So DM me for details, as long as you're not the cops. You have to say you're not the cops. I'm not playing. I ain't going to jail. So I have a website, www.emilycomedian.com. I have a Facebook page, and there's no new dates on there. But there's a bio and some older videos and a little thing where you can drop me an email and get on a list so that when we can advertise shows, you'll get an email. And I have Instagram, but I think I missed the cutoff age-wise to be able to use it effectively.
Right? Yeah, I hear you.
Exactly, 45. So I have an Instagram. It's not like something where I drop and post every day like these 30-year-olds doing.
Right.
I'm like, look, I just took a shit in the screen. Right. I don't do that. It's just I post once a week, maybe.
Well, Emily Santosis, we really appreciate you coming on the show, talking to us, being so open and candid with my questions, because I'm really fascinated about all that, and you're a fascinating person, and everybody check her out. Check out EmilyComedian.com.
Bingo.
And on Facebook and everything else. Thanks again, Emily.
Thank you
I appreciate it.
You got it.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. You have to subscribe to Don Sill's show, Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up on Govs Radio. It's the show with his buddy Benny. They're good buddies. They're on TV. I don't know what I'm saying.
What did the duck say when he dropped the dishes? I hope I didn't quack anything.
All right, everybody, we are back, and that was a fun interview with Emily Santos, huh?
Great interview. Oh, she's the best. Awesome. The best. Love her.
That was fun stuff, indeed. We love Emily Santos. Everybody should definitely catch her, check her out, her YouTube page, her Facebook page, all that good stuff. But as you can see, we're here. We got Joey Petroni is here. We got Renee May, and we got Gagoots. And you might be wondering, WTF, what's going on? But check it out. We're in the middle. We took advantage of this beautiful day to shoot some sketches. And those will either be for this show or the next one. But either way, everyone's going to see the comedic brilliance of my good friends here. So anyway, with that said, you want to see some more comedic brilliance?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, here. Check it out right here.
Why are there so many ballots for Biden? Dropped off at 3 a.m. Ballots in Philly, Atlanta, and Detroit. No one knows who's counting them. Where is Obama, Hillary, and Hunter? Kamala stands silently. Trump's gonna find it, the China connection to liars and schemers and thieves. Wake up, America. They're liars and schemers and thieves.
We're in Argyle Park, Argyle Lake Park. And in the 70s, when I was in high school, this is where we used to come, and the parking lot would be packed, and they were doing drug deals. And this is where we would come, people would come here to buy pot, all kinds of things.
Right here in the beautiful Argyle Lake
Argyle Lake in Babylon.
Beautiful the area is here, and this is where people will come for drug deals. It doesn't look like your typical drug deal.
That was 40 years ago.
You think you know a park.
Now,
yeah, exactly.
Now they're probably dealing Viagra and stuff. Yeah.
If anyone knows any good Viagra dealers, Gagoots is on the lookout.
Yo, man. Yo, you want to get hard? You want to get hardwood, bro? I got your hookup, bro. I got your hookup. You know, you need to spend time with your ladies. All right, I got the real deal, bro. Don't trust the guy in the next parking lot. He got that Cialis stuff. I mean, if you want to hang out in a bathtub with your lady and not be in the same bathtub, go right ahead. That's your guy. I got the real deal. Ooh, make you call your doctor. That hard.
So, hey, baby,
You have a good time tonight?
Sure.
Oh, you're so nice. You're the nicest person I ever take out on a date.
Oh, that's very sweet of you.
Renee May, I take you here to the cemetery to meet my mom. Because I only go out with a girl if I get the approval from a mama. I think a mama should approve of you.
What do you mean when I'm meeting your mother? We're at a graveyard. Oh, she's dead.
Because I no see no lightning come down. Mama, you like it as a nicer girl, Mama. The next time we go out, I give you a nice and big fat sausage.
Sausage? You look more like the breakfast sausage.
And for dessert, I give you a cream-filled cannoli.
Glad we finally made this happen. This interview happen. Yeah.
That guy, when I met you in Governors, right? You had, I think it was Jackie Motley.
I think laughter's the only judge. You know, people, oh, well, that was very smart and that was very cute. And that was, fuck you.
As long
They're
as
laughing, they're not laughing.
You had another guy who looked like an Italian pizza maker. I forgot his name. I loved his pizza character, right?
Yeah.
Oh, da. I love what you've done with your hair, Kristen. How do you get it to come out of your nostrils like that?
I scalped your wife.
Oh! You look like you ate Pocahontas.
You know what, Benny? You're so ugly a bee wouldn't sting you.
Oh.
That's Benny. Benny Gagooch Rizzuti. Yes, indeed. Yeah, he's our roast master on the show.
No,
Yeah,
he's awesome because I feel like I was in the hills of Sicily with him. I love him.
But this is great. I let me introduce you to everybody, and then we can get into this.
I wish to go back to Governors. I love Jimmy the owner. He's no nonsense.
Oh yeah, great guy. The great club.
And you know what? He treats people well, feeds them, pays them well. And you know what? Anybody becomes an idiot, that's the last time they'll be an idiot with him.
Exactly. He's a no nonsense guy. He tells it like it is, and you need more people like that in the world, man.
No, because you know what, Don? First of all, he's not a bully's a bully. He's not a bully. He just knows what he wants.
Exactly.
That's
exactly. And he runs a great club. We've got a lot of great comedians that come through there. It's a shame now it's shut down because of COVID. You can't even have the outside shows.
That's ridiculous, right? Because May is an idiot here, and the governor's not much better. They're morons, I think.
That was not, you were beyond. Don't call me, I'll call you.
It's like they want to deliberately destroy the fun. They don't want us to have any.
No, Don,
you know.
maybe De Blasio and Cuomo are failed comics or actors or writers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Okay. There's nothing. I'll see you later.
And that's what it is. They just want to stop everybody else from pursuing their careers because they were unable to achieve their goals. Because if you look, you could see that they might have a little bit of the comedy spirit in them.
Until the situation is safe. So
development for teachers for Monday. So
I see a lot of posts that you've been posting on Facebook, like that you're throughout the quarantine, you're trying to become a better person and work on your qualities and things like that. How's that going, man? It's good that you're putting that kind of work into yourself, by the way.
Well, it's up and down, Don, because you know why? Like last night was the first time I did anything. People in like 6 months, 7 months now, right? Acting was just a table read and whatever, but it felt weird because we still had to wear masks during the thing. And I'm like,
So you went out to an actual table read?
Yeah, but the thing is that, I don't know. It was just weird to be around people after not being around them that long. I felt like, I was in prison for 7 months,
So you got to finally get out, and just like prison, like they said, Shawshank Redemption. He goes, these walls. At first you hate them, then you get used to them, and then after a while you rely on them.
No, but thanks to our governor's mate, other comedy clubs are open across the country. Some of them are open. I know people working up in Connecticut, which is only a couple of states away.
I think that's where everybody's going. Everyone's like leaving the state to, do shows, like especially local states, like you said, like for us, like New Jersey or Connecticut or Boston, if they're open, and doing the shows out there. So comedians are still, it's not as easy as it was, but they're still working. And then
No,
there's
it's kind of
also
dangerous though, Don. I wouldn't travel. I wouldn't trust anything still. You know what I mean? Because even though it's a couple of states away, I'll tell you one thing. Where I would go is like in the deep south, way in the country, because you're away from people. You're safe.
right.
And what was supposed to be your mama's now your aunt, what was supposed to be your aunt's now your mama, and your sister's a 3/4 and a cousin.
Would you do rooftop shows?
No, I haven't done anything, Don. I haven't even done Zoom comedy shows because I don't feel it's the same thing, and I'm gonna wait until it comes back.
How many Italian people just right now? I'm Italian. I'm very proud of it. I love it because I really am very proud of our heritage. In fact, I was reading the Italian dictionary the other day. I couldn't find the word forgiveness, but there are 27 meanings for the word revenge. Thank you.
Yeah, because you play off the energy of the crowd, right?
Yeah, it's not the same. I mean, but thank God for this. This is, you know what? I think I'd like to do more stuff on Skype with people. Zoom is horrible compared to this.
Yeah, the Skype is nice. We had a little issues with the Zoom today, but now here we are on Skype, and it's working out really good.
And it looks better.
And yeah, it does. And I'm wondering why Zoom won the battle. Like, why did everybody gravitate to Zoom and they left Skype behind? 'Cause Skype's always been here. Skype has been around for decades now.
Oh yeah, but the thing, you know what it is? Because first of all, Zoom is the new kid in the block. And let me tell you something. I don't think that just watching this now, right? Zoom isn't as user friendly as Skype is. No.
Right. Yeah.
No,
No.
not at all.
So tell me more about the table read, Mike. So where'd you go, and who was there? Can you tell us any of that stuff?
My friend Chris O'Brien, who I've been doing stuff with, right? We actually have a show. There's a girl I've been taking classes with for 6 months now, named Kim Alou. She's a great improv teacher, dramatic improv and comedic as well. She's been a teacher at the Pit for a couple of years in the city, People's Improv Theater. And we started a B-movie show with her once a month on her thing called Social Distant Improv on Instagram and Facebook. We're doing our second one the last Sunday of this month, of October.
Well, I'm the head of the class now, Chad. You better enjoy pumping that football, idiot. Because right after you graduate, you're going to be pumping gas for the rest of your life.
Oh! We're doing something like 1940s radio scripts.
Ah, cool.
And reviving them to current day. But we're not changing the words because we want to sound like we're 1943. It was weird because, and the funny thing is, in these radio scripts, there was nothing edgy or over the top.
Right, just all kind of like old school kind of.
Although, you know what they did do though, Tom, I know people like Groucho Marx were edgy, and Mae West was super edgy for the day.
This magnificent chest. No, this magnificent chest.
But they use double entendres when they slip it through the you know what I mean?
They use
sponsors and not, because they were both highly intelligent like us. And the thing is, sometimes some advertising, sometimes industry people aren't as quick as we are.
Well, when I'm good, I'm very good. But when I'm bad, I'm better.
Right. And they also use their the way they said it, their cadence was also would be suggestive.
They're
like,
good at they were good at bit. They're artists like us. Groucho,
exactly.
Us, those guys. They're not business. They weren't. Well, Groucho was probably a good business person. I think he was. I'm not really sure to be accurate with you, but I mean, he had a long career. That's for sure.
I'm the plumber. I'm just hanging around in case something goes wrong with our pipes. That's the first time I've used that joke in 20 years.
Yeah, and you look at guys like Groucho or W.C. Fields or Mae West, who all were very sexual in their delivery and in their punchlines. But like you said, it was a double entendre where people, were shocked and was like, "Oh my God!" But it was all in the delivery more so than the verbiage and the words. Yeah.
Haven't you ever met a man that can make you happy?
Sure. Lots of times.
Not only that, Don, you take our grandparents from that era. And if they were still alive, my grandparents have been gone for years, right? But if they were still here now, we showed them an episode of Family Guy, they would freak.
Exactly. Family Guy, there's no double entendres. It's right there. It's straight ahead.
1, 2, 3.
Oh!
But you know what, though? They had a different thought process. They may not have gotten certain things either that they're talking about because,
Right,
you know what I mean? I'm not expecting my grandmother to know who Snoop Doggy Dogg is. You know what I mean?
Look here, let me tell you something about Snoop Dogg. That nigga don't give a fuck, nigga. White House action. Blowing like a broke store. Watch my fans come over here in a minute.
So I appreciate you taking the time, man. I know you're very busy, and
No, you know what, Don? I'm sorry we couldn't do this early. All the stuff that happened back and forth. How often do you do? I'd love to come on the show live when we're capable to. I mean,
oh yeah. Once we get the studio back open, I would love to have you down and come in. I know Christy Miller is now joining the Gubs Radio.
oh, nice.
Yeah,
I
so
love her. She's such a good person. But Don, I bet you're going. But thank you for having me do this. I had a lot of
yes,
fun with you. It was so much fun. You're very interesting and funny yourself. Because have you ever done stand up or no?
I did stand up a long time ago, and
How
then
long?
I did it for about 3 years. I did it in the late '90s, early 2000s.
Well,
Uh,
I'm surprised we never ran into each other. Did you do it out of Long Island or New York or where?
I was mainly out of Long Island, mainly worked out of McGuire's Comedy Club all the way out east.
Eat the pig's ass! Eat the pig's ass! So after I got done eating the pig's ass, you just get up and walk away without even a thank you.
John Ryerson had it, right?
Yeah, when John Ryerson owned it, that's when I was there. And then I did the Comedy Cellar a couple of times back in the day too. But but it was bringer shows. I was never like on the main night.
The thing is, I'm surprised we never ran into each other because we probably had a bunch of the same friends. Like I've been good friends with Tony Landalpi and Sal for years. Rob Chaffee, I don't know if you know him.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen him in a long time.
Right.
Wild Willie Sacco, I love him. I haven't seen
Yeah.
him. You know, it's funny with Willie. One time Willie bought what the hell was that? Red Bull. And I'm like, oh no, Willie, you don't need these.
I know, right? The only energy he has already. Then you add Red Bull to that, and then you're gonna have a tornado.
No, but you know, it was crazy. I haven't seen Willie. I haven't seen those guys in a long time. We did shows at I like McGuire's. It was a little bit of a hike from Staten Island, but it was worth the trip.
Yeah, because
Staten Island. The brokerage. I like it. You know, Gary Smith was kind of a knucklehead sometimes to people. I don't know.
Right.
Jimmy's a straight shooter compared to Gary. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
I mean, Jimmy's not obnoxious. Gary, I don't know if you ever dealt with him. He could be obnoxious at times.
I only dealt with Gary when I was in my days when I was a writer. I used to write for the local magazines here, and I would have to deal with him when I was doing reviews and stuff.
Oh, wait a minute. You might have reviewed me. When was this? You did this?
I did the reviews till about 2004, 2005.
Well, when did you start them? You might have. I think you might have reviewed me. I think you did.
I may have. Yeah, for sure. I might have. It was from 98 to about 2004.
Okay, I don't think I was thinking of somebody earlier because I was reviewed back in 1994, right when Chuckles was still around.
Oh, I used to love Chuckles out there, Mineola.
And there was two guys that did comedy that they called High Powered Howard and Pat Man. Do you remember them? They were comical together because Howard was like this, like nerdy Jewish type guy who was kind of over the top, and Pat was like this big black guy that was super cool, like Eddie from the Winslows. You know what I mean?
Oh, right, yeah.
They were awesome together. But let me get going. I will talk to you soon. This will be fun.
Mike, you're the best, man. I appreciate you.
I have your number now. Can I call you? I like talking to you.
Yeah, anytime, man. I'm always available, my friend.
Because I don't mind talking. You know what? Because it was fun, and you know what, Don? You're a great interviewer. I love this because you know what, and you're cool because like you know who you remind me, who style you remind me of, Pennington.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if you want. Are you a fan of Ron? No, he's a good guy.
Yeah, I Ron and Fez back in the day. Yeah, right.
I love them because you know why? I'll give you a good example, right? You remind me of them because you like to have fun and you're super intelligent. Like okay, Anthony, I love, right? He's character, right? Opie's kind of weird, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
But you know, sometimes people could be bullies on air. You know what I mean? Like Artie could be a bully. I mean, he's a friend of me, but
right.
And I don't respond well to bullies. Though.
Let me tell you something. I want to knock you the hell out. If you want to box.
In the first round.
I don't think so, buddy, because you'll have your chin punched off your face. How's that? And don't you dare threaten to burn my house down, because you know what? You'll be crucified on my front lawn, jerk off.
The bully, and the thing is, Don, the minute somebody bullies me, I shut down.
Right. Yeah. That's what happens. Yeah. Once people start bullying or something like that, then you like you said, you put it perfectly. You shut down, you shut off, you don't give your best. You're almost afraid sometimes to talk because you know whatever you say, they're just going to come firing back at you.
Of course. And the thing is, Don, you should have your own show on Sirius. I mean that sincerely.
Wow. I appreciate that.
Have you ever tried to get stuff going on up there?
Not yet. I've been doing this show now, this one with Govs for about a year. It's going on one solid year because I wasn't in New York for 16 years. I was in North Carolina and then Atlanta.
Oh, nice.
I was working in sports. I worked for the Atlanta Falcons.
God, how far did you live from Wilmington? I love North Carolina.
Not that far at all. Like a 2.5 hour drive. I lived in Raleigh.
It was fun. People so nice and laid back there, right? It's
Wilmington's great, and they have a good comedy club over there in Wilmington too. I forget the name of it.
The weird thing is, down in North Carolina, like I met people from other parts of the South, like Mississippi, the heavy duty South, and they're like Civil War soldiers over there still, right?
Right,
North
right.
Carolina is a mixture. They're kind of chill over there. Am I right or wrong? Right? They're
Yeah.
not brutal, I don't think, right now.
It's a great city, great place. I love North Carolina. I love Raleigh. They have the great comedy club there. Good Nights, Charlie Goodnight. I don't know if you ever performed there.
Food too, right? Food
Yeah.
Don, and people laid back out there. Am I right or wrong? Super laid back, right?
Oh yeah, super
and,
laid back.
And they love the Second Amendment there for sure.
Exactly, man.
But,
We should do a road trip.
Yeah, but the thing is, with the Second Amendment, usually people from the South, 98% of them are highly respectable with firearms and know how to use them. Am I right or wrong? They're not knuckleheads, right?
No, they're smart, yeah. And they have these, and a lot of guys, have them on, they have concealed licenses, so you don't even know they're carrying half the time.
And not only that, Don, you know what's really crazy? You watch Westerns, like, especially years ago. Gunsmoke, all TV stuff, right?
Yeah.
They had gunfights every 30 seconds. Right?
Exactly.
What I've read and seen, I don't think it was as crazy as Hollywood made it out to be, because think about it. Number one, who wants to be shot with a mini ball to the face at point blank range?
Exactly. So you figure most people don't even want to have gun fights.
First of all, and not only that, these people can shoot the wings off a flight 1,000 yards away in a snowstorm. You know what I mean? Right? And second of all, this is what I heard too. Like a lot of the so-called wild towns, you weren't even allowed in town. You weren't even allowed to wear a firearm in town. You got into that town, the sheriff and marshal, you had to leave it at his office and check your guns in town.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't think there was. I was, of course, it was brutal. I'm sure it was in those days, right? But I don't think it was 20 gunfights every minute like they thought. Hollywood made it out to be.
It definitely was not a woke culture back in those days.
No, look how people. I mean, you lived in North Carolina for years, right?
Yeah.
People are highly respectful of firearms over there. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
They really are. Nobody's going to pull a gun out of you for no reason over there. No, of course not.
Right. Yeah. Most of them, like I said, they just keep them mainly for hunting or whatever. But if some of them have carry licenses, but you don't see people just pulling out guns like crazy. Normally, it's
not South Central like in the movies they make.
Right. Yeah. No.
And the thing is, I had another friend that lives in Mississippi. He told me he lives in Grand Mississippi. He went to get a haircut. He said the barber carries a .45 automatic around his waist. I'm like, that keeps the knucklehead population in control over there.
That'd be crazy. Imagine getting a haircut and the guy has a gun on his waist. Wow.
The thing is, but Don, you know what? It keeps the knucklehead population control.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot of them out there. We all know that. Too many knuckleheads to count.
But anyway, Don, let me go. This is fun. Let me know what this is up, and I'll pass it on.
Yeah, man. Mike, I appreciate you, brother. Have a good one, man.
No problem, Don.
All right, everybody. That's the show for today. What a great one, huh? You guys had fun?
It was great.
It was awesome, man. You kidding me?
Nice today with me and Renee. Yeah, the mustaches are coming off. Hey, I let you in on a family secret. Is it no real?
Well, thanks again, everybody, for tuning in to our show. Thanks again to Sherry Poland, Benny Rizzuti, Joey Petroni, a.k.a. Renee May Gagoots, and Bob Temke, everybody. Good times indeed. What a great show. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube page at Put Up, Shut Up, Stand Up. It's youtube.com, Put Up, Shut Up, Stand Up. And subscribe, watch all of our shows, and enjoy everything. And like always, everybody, enjoy the rest of your week. And always keep them laughing, right, Gagoots?
Yeah. You laugh and the world laughs with you, baby. Crying, you cry alone.
That's right. Woo! Peace, y'all.
Do you have ass rash? Well, let me tell you something. I have Benny's Swamp Ass Protection Kit, and it will cure you. It will be leak-proof, flatulent-proof, cure you of swamp ass, guaranteed, or your money back.